This is Steph Elmore, reporting for Executive Global Television. Information is the lifeblood of medicine, and health information technology is destined to be the circulatory system for that information. Joining us today to discuss their innovative imaging technology for wound care, limb preservation, and surgical care is Pierre Lemire, Canadian medtech pioneer and Chief Executive Officer of Kent Imaging. Pierre, hello and welcome to EGTV.
Thanks very much. It's a pleasure for me to be here to tell you all about Kent Imaging.
If there was one major point that you could emphasise about why the technology of Snapshot NIR is so revolutionary for surgeons, physicians and wound care specialists worldwide, what would it be?
The biggest aspect of Snapshot NIR that we're bringing to this market is imaging. When you have a broken arm and you go into the ER, what's the first thing that they do? They take an x-ray to see what's happening. That doesn't happen in wound care until now. With Snapshot NIR, clinicians can take an image and see right away what's happening in that microvascular. Is there enough oxygen for that wound to heal or for that tissue to heal? And if not, then what are we going to do about it? Refer to vascular, provide hyperbaric oxygen, some kind of treatment that's going to increase oxygenation in that tissue that's required for healing.
Before Kent Imaging's patented technology was available, what are the key issues that people miss about the reality of the cost of the human toll when it comes to emergency wound care?
When it comes to emergency wound care, the critical thing that Snapshot NIR brings to the table is we can do an immediate assessment of that wound, where typically it might take 2 to 3 weeks to get a vascular consult, and because of how busy the systems are. If we can do an assessment right away and show that that vascular consult is needed on an urgent basis, that can be the difference between saving that limb and an amputation for that patient.
How did your experience at wound care clinics deepen your resolve to struggle through challenges and innovate to emerge with the best solution that is now improving conditions for patients?
I've had the opportunity to visit many different wound care settings, and the thing that strikes me is the fact that when we see these patients who have wounds that are headed towards amputation, it's heartbreaking. And so we want to make a difference for the elderly, for the diabetics who've really struggled with being able to heal their wounds. We can now give them technology for the clinicians and for themselves to understand why the wounds aren't healing. And that's how we can make a difference. And at Kent, we're motivated at improving outcomes for patients.
You have had several fantastic customer testimonials with this product. What are some of the ways in which your technology also saves money for all parties involved?
Snapshot NIR can help save money in a lot of different ways within the healthcare environment. The first and most important is being able to assess what's happening with a patient and determine whether or not they need to be sent to a vascular consult. Once that's been determined, especially if the patient requires some kind of vascular intervention, we're going to save significant amount of dollars in wound treatment that actually is not going to progress that wound because they have a vascular problem. So addressing that first and foremost is critical. But as we look at monitoring the progress of a treatment protocol and ensuring that that wound actually is getting better and better, that's also very important. If we look at the use of hyperbaric therapy, we want to know if that patient's actually benefiting from it. And we can see that right away with Snapshot NIR. We can take an image pre-hyperbaric, post-hyperbaric therapy, even one session, and see if there's an increase in oxygenation. If there is, we know that patient isn't improving and they're benefiting from the therapy. If we're not seeing an increase in oxygenation, then we know that the hyperbaric treatment is not working and we should look at other treatments in order to progress that wound towards healing.
As an early programmer, Having experienced the evolution of technology over decades since your time at the University of Regina, how important is it to ensure biases do not obstruct innovation and development?
We've seen a lot of great advancements in technology in the last 20 years, from the ubiquitousness of the internet, mobile devices that provide immediate access and anytime access to data, and now machine learning or artificial intelligence that's increasing the value of data and improving our decision making. All of those technologies, it's really critical that we look at them with a objective lens when we apply them into our solutions. We don't want to be biased by assumptions because they really expand our capabilities. And so that's what we're focused on, is leveraging these key technologies and seeing how they can improve our products and solutions to improve outcomes for patients.
Why do you think as an entrepreneur that it is so important to dedicate your skills to improving the lives of others?
We know that when you're an entrepreneur, when you're focused on building a new business, it requires a lot of time, dedication, sacrifice to your family. And so if you're going to put all that time and effort in, why not do it in a place where you can actually improve outcomes? And I'm really fortunate at Kent Imaging that we have that opportunity, that we have the ability to actually help patients with all of the effort, all the time that we're dedicated to this endeavor.
Who are the modern day innovators that inspire you the most in this day and age?
I think about technology innovators like Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, and Jeff Bezos. The significant advances that they've brought to technology. Look at Amazon. We started off as just a marketplace for books, and now you could order anything you want from Amazon in the morning and have it delivered to you that evening. It's amazing how much these innovators have progressed technology, and we can take advantage of that as we continue to build better products to help patients.
Pierre, thank you for joining us today on Executive Global Television.
Thank you very much for having me. It's been a great pleasure sharing the Kent story with you.
Thank you all for watching Executive Global Television. We have more fantastic content coming your way. Be sure to stay tuned to EGTV and make sure to subscribe to Executive Global Magazine for more insightful content. Take care.
For more insightful interviews, stay tuned to Executive Global Television.